Well, here it is, a milestone Surefoot and I have been looking for a while. We are at the 1,000 mile mark of the 2,198 mile Appalachian Trail. This is pretty exciting. Have a good day, my friends. Love you all. Where you going, Surefoot? On the roller coaster. It's steep.
It's really close. Unless it does some kind of whoopie-doo up here.
This is a short one, but sweet. 2 tenths. Straight up. Trail maintainers have done an amazing job of making a path. Even taking some of these rocks and making our stairs. We are on the look for rattlesnakes.
I heard something across the leaves. And I looked and it was a lizard.
Well, we just saw a lizard. Wasn't a rattlesnake. I wouldn't mind seeing a rattlesnake as long as it's not right on the trail. Or if it's on the trail, hopefully we see it before we step on it. All right, I see daylight up here. That means we're close to the top, but it's still rocky. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. I don't know the rest of the words, so we'll have to settle for that for now. But I love me some John Denver, and we're in West Virginia. Mountain mama. I do not want to take one step that way. Okay, maybe one step. How about 2 steps? Am I making you nervous? That's a death fall right there. This is beautiful. Wrapping up a 13-mile hike today here in about another mile or so. Just crossed over into West Virginia. So we are done hiking today, and we are just down the road from Bears Den Hostel. What a view we have here. We are in a microbrewery. What a cool place. You come and sit out on the lawn, and that's your view, the picnic table. And I'll just scan the room. Let me tell you, the noise is just deafening from being out on the trail so long and hearing all of this. A little different than being out on the trail. Say hi, tall man.
Hi, Tom.
There is civilization way down there. We found a place that all the locals love to go. And we are hiking on through. Oh, there was Surefoot. Appalachian Trail in Bears Den. This 2,100 mile long hiking path passes through 14 states from Mount Katahdin, Maine to Springer Mountain, Georgia, along the ridges of the Appalachian Mountains. Conceived in 1921 by Benton McKay, the trail was completed in 1937. It was designated a National Scenic Trail in 1968. 1/2 mile to the south along the trail is Bears Den, a unique rock formation. The nearby stone mansion of the same name, constructed in 1933, is one of several summer houses built along the Blue Ridge for wealthy Washingtons between 1880 and 1940. Has been a hostel and lodge since 1986. We are staying at the Bears Den tonight. Back in the rock fields again. Going down a real steep hill. Kind of crazy. You got to really watch where you put your foot. I about fell off the side of the hill a minute ago. Not a dangerous hill, but still almost took a tumble, and Surefoot stumbled a minute ago and did a couple 360s and managed to grab onto the side of the hillside and saved him from going down into a bunch of big rocks. So it's kind of crazy. This is definitely not OSHA certified solid. That's a big joke with me and Solid when we were hiking together. If it wasn't safe, it wasn't OSHA certified. Anyway, this rock field looks like it's just going to keep on going. You just got to figure out where you're going to stick your feet. Kind of in midair, you're planning one step ahead where you're going to go, and just hope you don't trip. Keep your feet picked up. Every rock is uneven, so your feet are getting twisted in every different direction. Yep, it's not getting any better, my friends. Hopefully you can get an idea of what we're walking through. How crazy it is and how important it is to pay attention. Probably shouldn't be videoing. Should have both trekking poles going, but I'm being safe. Now we're going up. Well, I don't know about you, Surefoot, but I think there's going to be a John Denver song in my future, in a future video. You sure don't want me to sing it. We are crossing the West Virginia line, headed into West Virginia. We have been in Virginia for a long, long time. So here we are at Bears Den Hostel. This was a personal residence built in 1930s, and then at some point the Appalachian Trail took it over. Maybe the Conservancy, I'm not sure the proper names of them. And now it is a popular hostel. A lot of Boy Scout groups come up here and do their little retreats and hike out of here. There's actually a big Boy Scout troop here this weekend, and me and Surefoot are staying here and heading to Harpers Ferry tomorrow. But what a neat old house converted to a hostel. We're lucky to be here. Let me walk around the back. I'm out here barefooted. Just got out of the shower, and I wanted to get pictures and a video before it got too late. But we're about 15 hiking miles outside. Actually, this is about 20. We hiked 5 of it today, so we'll be dropped off tomorrow 5 miles upstream, and we have 15 miles left to hike into Harpers Ferry. But from here, if you were hiking, it's 20 miles. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we wanted to get as many miles as we could in today. So we hiked here and then went 5 miles further, and then had a shuttle driver, Marie and Scott, who used to actually run this hostel. They live right off the trail, and they were kind enough to bring us back here tonight, and they're going to pick us up in the morning. But here is the back side of the hostel. And we are sleeping in the main house downstairs in a bunk room. Here we are, Saturday, April 22nd, walking on more rocks, which today is a little extra painful. I am thinking that my last cortisone shot that I had in Asheville, North Carolina, has worn off, and for the last 2 or 3 days, my left knee especially has been killing me. So I'm going to be looking for a orthopedist urgent care center here before long, and hopefully convince them to give me a couple more cortisone shots. We have walked through some nasty rocks the last several days in the roller coaster. I don't think that's had a ton to do with it. I think it's mainly those cortisone shots seem to last for about 2.5 months for me. Had my first set back in December before I left home when I was planning on hiking January 1st. And then I'd say mid-February, those had worn off. And I found an amazing doctor in Asheville, North Carolina. And I was worried that he may not want to give me cortisone shots, not knowing my history. He took x-rays, and I got near bone on bone arthritis in both knees. And he said, when he walked into the room, he said, "You're my spirit animal. When my daughter graduates high school in about 8 years, I'm going to walk the Appalachian Trail." Then he proceeded to say, "Do you want a shot in one knee or 2 knees?" So gave me a shot in both my knees, and sent me on my way. Gave me a prescription for a once-a-day anti-inflammatory pill. Haven't had to take too many of those, but the last couple days I have, and they seem to help some. But it's time. We were hiking into Harpers Ferry today. When we left, we had about 15 miles to go into Harpers Ferry. Trying to beat the rain in today. But hey, it's warm enough. It's a little, it's in the 50s today, which is perfect hiking weather. Don't want to get wet, but I have good rain gear and a good umbrella. So I'm just rambling, hoping to we're gonna take a zero tomorrow in Harpers Ferry. They're having the Flip-Flop Festival tomorrow, which I haven't told you what that means yet. Every year, this time of year, they have a big festival because there's a lot of Appalachian trail hikers that start their hike in Harpers Ferry and head north, chase the cooler weather all the way up to Maine, and then they come back later in the year and start back at Harpers Ferry and try to chase fall back into Georgia where it's not so hot. Not a bad strategy, but with me, I wanted to go from point A to point B, same direction on the trail, never switching back and forth, which I don't have a problem with people who do that. Just my kind of rules was no slack packing, and you always head north on the trail. Some people will go up to a harder section and they will get a shuttle upstream and walk back south instead of north, just because it's an easier trail and less. It's usually when there's a giant uphill, they try to avoid that, which to each their own. Everybody gets to hike their own hike. I just have the way I had laid out the ground rules for me when I started my hikes. All right, hope you all have a good day. Cheers. Jefferson County, formed in 1801 from Berkeley, named for Thomas Jefferson, home of Generals Gates, Dirk, and Charles Lee. Here 4 companies of Washington's men organized. Shepherdstown was strongly urged as the seat of the national capital. Oh, we are racing a big storm into Harpers Ferry. I think we got to like 1.5 miles to go, and we finally decided to stop and put on a rain gear. And wind's really starting to pick up now, and thunder and lightning all around us. Hey, but we're just about 1.5 miles from home. I'm trying out just my rain gear. But looks like there's some people down here trying to set up their stuff. Surefoot got out just a little bit ahead of me. Anyway, I'll keep you updated, but it's starting to rain cats and dogs. See you later. We are walking into Harpers Ferry. You can hear the cars. That drives me crazy every time we come out of total silence and nature, and to hear those cars, it's almost deafening. As you can tell, it's a little wet. We'd had about 15 miles to do today, maybe a little over, somewhere in there, and we made a pretty good time. And the last 1.5 miles we got stuck in the rain. So we are coming into Harpers Ferry with rain gear on. I've got my new rain skirt on. How's it going, guys? I'll turn my camera over here so I don't video you guys. Y'all take care. So that's the Shenandoah River. Bunch of teenagers down there, don't know what they're doing. But we are walking up. You can see the Shenandoah River over there. I'll send some more pictures when we get to the top. All right, so here we are walking across the Shenandoah River. Trying to do it with my other phone, but it would not work because it was too wet. You can tell it's raining here. The sign of the traffic is deafening. That's a beautiful river. That's the Shenandoah River. We just came down out of that big mountain over there around the top. And that is see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's a beautiful river. We are in Harpers Ferry officially. Beautiful day to be out here with nature, even in the rain. What a neat little rock formation here in the river. There's a duck down there. Absolutely beautiful. Y'all have a good day. We're heading to someplace that's dry.
Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day.